My family cut contact with me for 9 years because of a lie. Now it's my turn for revenge. My cousin accused me of something I didn't do, and my family were so disgusted by me that they cut contact. I just feel so lost on what to do. I grew up in what was probably the most normal of normal households. My parents worked a lot, but still managed to care for me and my 3 older sisters. We were never super close as a family, but never had any issues either. The same goes for my extended family. They always lived a few hours away, but we saw each other during summer holidays or Christmas and always got along great. But when we got older, we naturally grew apart as everyone had their own lives. I'm 31 now. In 2014, when I was 22 and attending university, I got a phone call from my mother that turned my life upside down. I remember I didn't even answer at first because I was gaming with friends, but she called again immediately after the first call. This was an unwritten rule in the family. If you call twice like that, it's important. Like someone died, important. So when she called again, I excused myself and answered, only to hear chaos in the other end, like people were arguing. But when my mom realized I had answered, it sounded like she went to another room and closed the door. I just asked what was going on, and I heard she was crying. After a few moments, I gathered the courage to return and face whatever was happening. My memory of this conversation is a bit blurry, but she asked if I had something to confess regarding Eve, my cousin who's 7 years younger than me, 15 at the time. I hadn't seen Eve for several years, so I said no and asked what this was about. She cried harder and accused me of sexually assaulting Eve when we were children. According to her, Eve told my sister that when she was 9 and I was 16, I felt under her clothes and kissed her while she was playing in my room. My mother demanded I say something, but I was speechless. It was absurd. I finally managed to say it wasn't true, and Eve was lying, but my mom insisted. Eve gave such a detailed description. The call ended with both my parents putting me on speaker to say they wanted nothing to do with me. My sisters texted that I was disgusting before blocking me. After that call, I took a long shower. I tried calling and texting everyone, even Eve, but they'd all blocked me. My father's only response was to stop contacting them while they heal. That was 9 years ago, and I haven't spoken to anyone in my family since. I was living in a haze for weeks, barely eating, right before defending my bachelor's thesis. My co-writer sensed something was wrong and carried me through the defense. No one came to my graduation. Then began the worst period of my life. I spent a year expecting police to arrest me. I couldn't find work and lived off savings while drinking heavily and using Oxy. I grew resentful and violent, smashing things when alone. My nights were consumed with dark thoughts about hurting Eve or doing the very thing she'd accused me of. I finally landed a job in my field in late 2015, which gave me something normal to focus on. Recovery was slow, but I drank less, sober now for 4+ years, and started improving. I lived frugally, bought myself birthday gifts like a VR headset and motorcycle, and last year purchased a small house with the garage and garden I'd always wanted. My life is okay now, though I still have problems. Antidepressants help, but only by replacing dark thoughts with empty ones. My trust in others is nearly non-existent. I've only been on 2 dates ever. It's hard to act normal. And what would I tell a potential partner about my family situation? They accused me of a heinous crime, but I didn't do it. I swear. My field is male-dominated, so my therapist is practically the only woman I speak to. A few days ago, I received a text from my mother. It felt surreal, and I stared at the notification for hours before opening it. Yesterday, another text followed. The first message was about missing me, with updates about my sisters and nieces and nephews I didn't even know existed, ending with "We love you." The second explained that at a recent family gathering, Eve was downplaying what happened until she finally admitted nothing had occurred, and she probably just dreamt it. My parents wrote that they were trying to protect Eve back then, though they know that doesn't excuse how I was treated. They've told everyone the truth, and my sisters want me to meet their families. Yesterday, I received an email from my parents that read, "Please write back if you can find it in you to forgive us. Mom and Dad, though many old shitty memories are now stirring again. I don't want to forgive them, and I wouldn't trust myself to be in the same room as them right now. Part of me wants to call my family and unleash everything on them, to guilt them with everything I went through until they all hit their rock bottom, then dedicate my life to making my cousin's life as miserable as possible. The other part wants to ignore them and continue with my okay-ish life with my motorcycle and my garden to keep me company. I don't have any friends. The only people I speak to are my coworkers, but we're not really close. I've called my therapist's clinic, but they told me she's on vacation and won't be available for weeks, and I don't want anyone else than her.